So today we're gonna do some pest control, DIY pest control at home. What we're using right here is Talak. So this is a pesticide that I found that is very comparable to what the professionals are using. I actually looked it up in the active ingredients. It's gonna be the same thing that's in, I think it's called Talstar 1. Either way, I'll link to it in this video if you want to check it out, but this is going to save you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the years, and all you need is a pump sprayer. This is a gallon pump sprayer, and this Talak insecticide. So we're going to start here by filling up our gallon here. Now, depending on what type of pests you're trying to target, you might want to read the instructions, but for basic kind of everyday use, it's 1 fluid ounce per 1 gallon of water, which is going to give you the concentration needed for just kind of your general household pests, spiders, bugs, little creepy crawler critters. They list hundreds of bugs on their instructions, so if there's a specific bug that you want to target, you can look up the instructions for that. So here how this works is that you've got a spout here and then you've got a measuring cup. So all you have to do is kind of pour it to the side and over, and then it fills up here. Now it might be kind of hard because of the light, but I can see a definitive line here where it's at 1 ounce here. So we're gonna go ahead and pour that into our gallon pump sprayer. I am wearing gloves and goggles to protect my eyes and hands. And then we're just going to fill it up with water. And that's it. Go ahead and put in the pump for your sprayer. All right. And then you'll just pump it up. Depending on the one that you have, this is going to be the most tedious part, is pumping it up. Other than that, it is super easy and very simple, depending on the size of the home. Could take you 30 minutes to do this. I think we're probably going to get it done about 15 or 20 minutes today. So getting resistance there. Also, the instructions will tell you how much to mix for square footage. This, I think, mixture is going to get you about 1,000 square feet. So what we're going to do here is the nozzle that I have on this one is a fan, so it's going to spray out in a fan. And what we're doing here is we're going to get 2 feet down in front, and then we're going to go 2 feet up the wall. So 2 feet down in front, 2 feet up, and we're just going to repeat that process around the house. You don't necessarily want it soaking wet, you just want to have a nice damp coverage there. And this stuff will dry pretty quick here. So under the house, I'm just going to do my best to get under there where I can. For around windows, I don't actually spray the windows or around, I just kind of spray in front. And then we'll come down around here. Around doors, I'll spray up and around, but I won't actually spray the door itself, or I really don't like to spray above my head. That's something that you can consider. They don't tell you not to. That's just something I personally don't like to do. I don't want to spray this stuff and have it rain down on me. But depending on where your pests are, that might be something you want to consider. Again, it doesn't tell you not to do that. It's just something I don't want to do. Pump it some more. When I get to stuff like this that's up against the house, I'll just pull it out. Around the window wells here, I will just lift up the cover and then I just spray down there, try to get a nice coating there. And then I'll spray over the top of the cover as well. Also, right now the wind seems to be blowing this way, so I'm trying to get in front of it so the wind blows the spray back behind me so it doesn't spray on me. Around the step here, just get a little bit extra around there. Same thing, window well here. Just spray it down there. Whoo, it's a jungle back here. Alrighty, and that's it. So that's the fence there. We started on the other side of that. A couple things of note. I still have a bit left here. I'm just gonna store this in this canister here. I've written on both sides, bug spray only, bug spray caution. Now, the instructions tell you that it might degrade over time and lose some of its effectiveness, but overall, it's not dangerous to leave it in a spray bottle like this, unless, of course, somebody can access it. The only other thing that you could do is you don't want to dump this out in one solid area. So maybe you could ask a neighbor, I could go knock down the neighbor's house, maybe ask if I could use the rest of it up. Then you can rinse it out and then dump that out. Otherwise, I would have to take this to hazardous waste, and I don't want to do that. But overall, there's really no harm in leaving it in the container, other than the only warning they have is that it might degrade over time. So personally, I'm just leaving it in here. I'm hiding it in the garage behind a bunch of stuff, and it's labeled so everybody knows what it is. That's it, and that is how you simply and easily do your own pest control at home. I was paying $165 a quarter to have somebody come out and do this, and again, they spent about 20 minutes at my house, and it's something that you can do in just the same amount of time, and it's pretty much the same ingredients and insecticide that they are using. So hopefully that was helpful. Now, this is safe to use inside your home. I don't use it in my home, but if you had pests inside, you could do it in home, and I would just read the directions as well, but same kind of process. You're just gonna spray it around inside the house. Hopefully that was helpful.